Hello everyone, my name is Trittany and I'm the reader here at the Crown and Castle Collective, where we're all kings and queens of our own kingdom that we call life. This is the monthly horoscope reading for all fire sign energies, Leos, Aries, and Sagittarius. Fire signs, what's up? I know you guys are always burning bright. We're going to take a look in October of 2020 throughout the month, what's going on in your head space, heart space, career, finance, education, and also your spirituality, your spiritual development, and kind of like some of your overall energies throughout the month, your greatest accomplishments, your greatest challenges, and just, what's kind of going on with you overall. So I do want to, right away say, go ahead, give the video a like and subscribe to actually vote to see on what pick a card readings I do next. I do love to do these horoscope videos. I don't do them lately because I just really don't get that many views on them and I've actually been gone. So I would love to do these moving forward and maybe one day actually do sign specific horoscopes. So please, if you like this video, let me know what you're looking forward to in October and how this resonates with you. So without further ado, we are going to start with your overall energy for the month of October 2020, fire signs. The first card that came out is number 36, healing. So adds up to a 9. This 36 healing card is very, very strong in the sense of, emotional healing, physical healing. I feel like throughout October, you guys are really going to be prioritizing yourself, or at least even just taking a step back from your normal relationships, your normal encounters or situations that you're typically in. We also have clarifying that the Ace of Cups, solitude. Well, the Ace of Cups, if you're healing, the Ace of Cups is what you want and what you need and what your goal is. So the Ace of Cups is, may your cup runneth over. May you give so much into yourself that you are finally replenished enough to heal others, to, give others your energy and your love and whatnot. A lot of you could be healing from, relationships as well with the Ace of Cups. So, it could be intimate relationships that you've had in the past or that you're in right now that have some turbulence, or, even just trying to heal past parts of yourself so you can be better and show up better in your current relationships. With the healing in the Ace of Cups, again, there is that sense of solitude, of kind of self-isolation and preservation. You guys could be spending a lot of time on your own to kind of go deeper into this healing energy. A lot of you could be trying to hydrate. Maybe you guys need to hydrate more throughout the month of October. And I do feel like with the healing, there could be a lot of, respiratory stuff that you're kind of overcoming, or just illness around you and within you that you are definitely overcoming. Also, with that healing in the Ace of Cups, it is, health is just really prioritized for you for October. So this, again, could be physical health, mental health, emotional health. And your overall energy is really pushing you towards these kinds of self-projects and projects that you might have within your relationships. And you guys might just kind of be like having a little bit more alone time throughout the month of October, or really wanting to spend a little bit more time on your own, and removed from the world, kind of go, what is it called? AWOL? Just kind of go missing for a little bit, I guess. We also have, and I feel like with that overall energy, you guys are feeling really emotional throughout October. For fire signs, I feel like that's something that you don't always like to show in its more, when in its more deeper meaning, as far as, actually going in and doing ego self-help work and stuff like that, and actually getting to the root and the truth of your dependencies, your emotional side of yourself. Since you are fire signs, you might be a little bit more borderline or like surface area, not really diving too deep into your intuition and your feelings and, things that may have scarred you in the past. So I feel like for your overall energy, October is really, really pushing you towards some really big healing. So your greatest challenge, your biggest blockage in October of 2020, we have the Pleiades, double mission, channeling, and uplifting humanity. So your biggest challenge might actually be removing yourself from toxic situations or people or, places that just don't serve you and your vibration. So just be aware of that with where you're putting yourself in October, especially if you need time to be alone or on your own and working on your own healing and the way that you yourself show up emotionally and spiritually. I don't know. The way you energetically show up in your relationships and emotionally. You might need to remove yourself from certain situations. That could be hard for you guys. It could be really hard. It could be someone that means a lot to you, someone that you really deeply care for. It could be family, really close friends, or situations that you want to be there, but maybe there's just something that's Spirit's trying to pull you away to kind of raise your own vibration, but you could be just stuck in these situations or having a blockage with removing yourself. We also have the 11 of Fire or 11 of Wands, which is also the Page of Wands, and it's tetrahedron luck. So it's a pretty high card. But with this and taking the Pleiades card with its face value, this also talks about having creative blockages. Inspirational blockages that you could be working through. There could be a higher perspective that you're struggling. Some of you are going to be having a harder time getting this perspective. For you, those of you who are completely stuck by this blockage of removing yourself from certain people or situations that, aren't serving you anymore, that you're just rising too high from, that you are trying to heal forward from or heal a part of yourself within these situations. Take it. Those of you who are actually removing yourself and overcoming this blockage are gonna do really, really well in October, okay? If you're having a harder time with removing yourself from this, you are going to see these energies start to personally come for you, okay? They're gonna start to seep into you, when you are trying to be your overall energy for healing. So because you're working so hard to heal on your inner wounds with the Ace of Cups and try to better yourself, if you're doing deep work, and addressing things that are suppressed or anything that you aren't really trying to face in your day-to-day life, you can become more susceptible to things that try to mask that or try to get you off track or try to hide, what you're really trying to work on. And that can build up blockages in other areas of your life with this 11 of Fire or 11 of Wands, the Page of Wands. This can come up and it can cause flare-ups as well. Creative blockages, so you could start having issues with any kind of creative works or hobbies that you're trying to do. You could actually start to get physically exhausted, like you almost can't even get up. You could just be really energetically drained, wishy-washy, and just you will feel off energetically. So if you're not removing yourself from these people, these situations, you're gonna see it actually manifest into your life. And you might think, oh, woo is me, why me? Be careful that you're not doing any kind of victimization of yourself throughout October of 2020. Realize that you actually have the potential to remove yourself from these people and these things. You can actually do this. It's not as hard as you think it might be or you feel it is, because you could feel definitely chained to a person, a place, a situation. You could feel obligated with family. There's very, very many valid reasons why you can't leave a situation. Let's say it's something that you are completely obligated to, that you cannot break the contract with, that you have to show up for this every day or every whatever so often. How you are viewing and dealing with this energy, how you are protecting yourself from these energies. Protecting being the number one thing. Because if you don't alchemize these negative vibrations that you encounter, if you don't remove yourself later in that evening, whenever you go home or get away from the situation, how are you alchemizing it? How are you changing it? And how are you letting it not affect you? And I mean, these are your biggest blockages. So just not letting certain situations bring you down, situations that you're not seeing progress. I feel like for fire signs, your guys' blockages are very vast and wide for some of you, because for fire signs, I feel like you guys are really good at jumping over or beating down your blockages, but sometimes avoidance is also your best coping mechanism, so just be careful of that. All right, so what is your biggest accomplishment? What are you succeeding at most in October of 2020? Take things for like the turn for the better, okay? From challenges to your accomplishments for October. The first card that we have is blessings. So there might be something that just by chance happens that releases you from your contracts or obligations and whatnot. For a lot of you, there is a really weird message coming through about birds, okay? So some of you might be seeing things in the sky, if that's like clouds that are shaped like things. I don't know, but birds generically symbol, messages from spirit. And this blessing card has a bird, okay? But also more importantly, this talks about bodies of water, areas of water that have been used for spiritual cleansing. And your aim of your game for October is healing, okay? You're trying to focus on your healing yourself and dynamics that you've been through in the past, and trying to actually wash away some negative vibrations that you could have picked up throughout the year of 2020. There could be a lot of like social media healing that you're doing, kind of trying to unfollow, unfriend, delete, erase, clear your physical spaces, just trying to release a lot of baggage and focus on your own energies, what represents you and what is accurate with where you are right now, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, the bodies of water talk about spiritual cleansing. And Spirit is really trying to show you messages of how you can accomplish this lighter, self-dependent, independent, may your cup runneth over type of vibe. So like Spirit's really trying to get you to wash away any anxieties, fears that you may have picked up throughout the year of 2020. It's been a heavy year, okay? You can scroll through social media and pick up some dirty energy that is just, with everything going on. Learn how to shake that off. Even if it's physically just like shaking yourself after seeing something that kind of rubs you the wrong way, just literally give it a good like shoulder shake. For real. Sounds crazy, trust me. But also, Spirit's trying to just send you messages throughout your day-to-day life. So kind of be open to those. You might pick them up more than what you were anticipating. And, you don't even have to always see like a bird or like see something that blatantly states what Spirit is trying to show you or tell you. I just feel like you're really open and susceptible to, again, alchemizing or changing your energy, giving yourself more self-relaxation, some time on your own to just slowly open yourself up to these blessings over October of 2020 and into the end of the year. Because, like I said, this is something too where your greatest accomplishments, it's not going to be something that just like, bam, cracks open and like you instantly see like the message on the front of a newspaper or a tabloid or article, whatever. How old are we? But it's not something that's gonna be shown right away. It's something that you're definitely gonna be progressively working on throughout October. And this healing shit, trust me, does not come easy. Especially if you're not used to kind of working on your own, having time alone on your own, and really facing your demons. Okay, this is something that's gonna take nurturing, taking time. These two cards together, by the way, for your greatest accomplishments and successes, beautiful pairing. I read the definition or book definitions for both of these cards, and let me tell you, ironic. So this is actually the Four of Pentacles or the Four of Earth. It does have a nest of crystals, and then literally the bottles are supposed to be shaped like eggs. So this Four of Pentacles definition talks about nurturing your ideas, nurturing your hobbies, your interests, your creative endeavors, nurturing your physical body, especially giving yourself time to rest and recuperate, and to prepare to put yourself perhaps back out into the world, back into the spotlight, or back into certain situations. Like I said too, for your greatest blockages and your challenges is how you're dealing with these ball and chain kind of energies that are trying to bring you down and keep you down. You know, once you get yourself removed from that, how are you dealing with it? How are you recuperating it? How are you pouring back into your own cup to replenish your own energy? Okay? Really focusing on that kind of stuff. Your greatest accomplishment too, for those of you who have creative ideas or things you want to accomplish in life, whether that's career and education wise, or like within your hobbies and stuff like that, really being gentle with those ideas and not allowing other people or even yourself to kind of talk down on the situation, like, oh, that's never gonna happen, it's never gonna be that big. You know, maybe I get to the end of what I'm trying to accomplish and it's just not what I expected and all of that. Don't allow that kind of energy to get in. It's going to be so much more than what you're anticipating. If you put so much love and nurturing energy into these hopes and these dreams, Spirit's trying to show you your greatest blessings and the way that you can allow these dreams and these desires to really sprout their own wings and take off into the world. You guys have very, very high potentials of manifesting throughout the end of the year and into 2021. Definitely look into that, because I see it maybe over the next 4 months spanning into something, you know, with actual legs and perhaps wings, depending on, you know, how fast things progress for you. By the way, October 1st, fire signs, we're starting off on a really good month for you. The first of the month is actually a full moon in Aries. Okay, so you guys already start off the month with the full moon in a fire sign of Aries. I believe it's still Virgo season at that time, but it's a full moon in Aries, which could be, you know, which could be like literally burning open this wound that just starts gushing out for you guys, that you're like, wow, I really need to heal that. I really have to start facing this issue that's within myself, within my relationships, within my life, that, or like lifetimes, an issue that you've had maybe for this whole lifetime or once before that, that finally are going to come to a cycle break. October 31st, there's a full moon in Taurus. So that is actually considered a blue moon because there's 2 full moons in the month of October. So the second full moon in Taurus talks about, Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is ultimately money, love, and whatnot. When we do think of Taurus, it's self-love also, more importantly. And, you know, giving that energy into yourself. So you guys are really working very well with the energies in October. And not to mention your greatest accomplishment being this bird, egg, development, incubation kind of energy. Throughout the month, you guys are really channeling the full moons and definitely working with those within Aries and Taurus. All right, so we will move on. Your guys' overall energy too. There's a lot of blue, throat chakra, but I'm seeing more of like third eye as well. With your throat chakra, just being honesty, emotional kind of energies, and being honest with yourself in your dialogue that you have with yourself or others that needs healing. There's a lot of blue, purple, and green. There's a lot of it. Purple being, you know, the third eye, your intuition. So I feel like a lot of you really know the truth of the situations that you're finding yourself in, or that you're trying to see play out over the next months or year. And you're really doing your best to stay grounded. I feel like a lot of you are staying very grounded throughout October of 2020. So there could be a lot of anxieties with this healing going on. But you guys are doing really well for fire signs of not being too overactive or over emotional, whether that be like sad or angry kind of emotions. you guys are doing really well at managing all of those throughout October. You could feel a little bit numb, not gonna lie, and that's just because I feel like you guys are just vibrating at such like a certain frequency where you may feel numb, but it's actually your soul like self-healing almost. Again, that self-preservation where it's like, I don't know. I can't really explain that. It's a really cool concept and I can feel it right now. It makes me giggle because like I don't have anything that needs like fixed right now that I know about. But again, for some of you who are like actually physically sick throughout October, look for sound frequency healing or like vibrational healing, Reiki as well. Definitely gonna have good positive effects for you. Sound baths as well. Even if you're not physically there, look for sound healing on like YouTube or something, or any kind of place where you can get tunes. Wow. Okay, we'll move on. You guys, your reading this is in depth. I love it. I love these horoscope readings. All right, so what energies can you fire signs, Aries, Leos, and Sagittarius? What energies can you harness in October of 2020 to make the most of this energy? Again, more purples. We have Tanzanite, ready to love again. You've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. Wow. Okay. So, you guys, with this healing card, I just can't. I'm so proud of you, fire signs. There could be a pause that you took in your personal relationships as well. For some of you, you could be in twin flame, soulmate connections. If you're in a very profound soul connection, people think it's rainbows and butterflies and love notes and just long walks on the beaches. It's about everything far from that. Really deep soul connections are not only the people that, you reap the most benefits of over lifetimes and have such deep, profound connections with, they will teach you the hardest, most painful, and I guess not even the most painful, but like it's not going to be easy, okay? Don't expect those kinds of relationships or connections to be easy. And because our connection to them is so deep, profound, and written in Akashic records, not a lot of those relationships are meant to stick in, every single lifetime. So a lot of people are like, oh, I met my soulmate, we're meant to be together, blah, blah, blah. That's not necessarily, in my opinion and over my experiences. I feel like soulmates are great, twin flames are great and all that, but that does not mean that you're supposed to spend this life with that person. They're supposed to teach you the most deepest lessons in this lifetime that you are meant to understand. Okay, sorry for me going on that spiel. Let's focus on this card. So, ready to love again. You guys could have been through some situations like that. Maybe you're ready to give this person a second chance. Maybe you guys have both worked on this individual self-healing and had a little bit of your own solitude and time apart, that you're able to kind of reevaluate the situation, use your discernment, give this person a second chance, or maybe they've decided to give you a second chance as well. We're not all perfect, okay? Sometimes we're on the other end of the stick, and sometimes we're the bad guys. So, use your energy or discernment. Take the energy as it applies, where it applies. So you've healed from the past you've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. So maybe you've healed and forgiven yourself with who you were in the past, who you were in past relationships or past situations, that you're willing to forgive yourself, okay? We don't always have to take this in the perspective of other people and stuff like that. So maybe you're willing to open up your heart again to new experiences, to new people, new places, and stuff like that, in new ways of loving yourself. So Tanzanite is a stone. Definitely look for research and reach out to this kind of vibrational energy or stone to help you through the month of October of 2020. Clarifying that card, we have some more purples, okay? Wow. definite third eye energies. And, you know, we got fire purple out here. We got more purple, blues, indigos, pinks. I just love your guys' overall colors. It's just like, I don't know. It's a very divine feminine energies. So, very healing. All right, clarifying that energy that you can reach out to help you move through October. We have Passion Flower, which talks about exuberant quietude. Again, this card talks about being alone, being on your own, to go deep, to go inside and work on your own inner healing. You guys, you fire signs, have so much potential just bottled up. And even if you don't feel like it's just bottled up, if you don't have these creative ideas or game plans yet, like, again, Spirit is saying that this is something that can come to you at any given time and moment. But first, you have to make sure that you're energetically prepared to even take these kinds of opportunities, you know, advancements. Is your body energetically ready? Is it on the correct vibrational level? You guys have such an ability to just, you guys could literally just glow up at any moment. You guys have the ability to grab so much attention, to really alchemize and raise your vibration whenever you decide to. You can decide to deal with these bullies or these people or ball and chain energies. You can decide to just drop them whenever you want. You fire signs, you can literally burn and, what is it called? Suture. You know how like you'll like burn a cut closed? It's called like suturing, or if you like sew it. You guys can do that kind of stuff really easily, I feel like, with any energetic connection or tie. But anyways, definitely taking time to recognize how big of a prize you are, how big of a win you are, even if you were a bad guy in the past, or even if you've made mistakes, even if someone made you feel like you were less than what you are worth. May your cup runneth over once again. Really recognizing your self-worth, how giving and how loving and how nurturing you can really be. If that's not how you come across, you know, on the surface level, deep down inside, you are a very passionate, loving, and gentle human being. And I feel like you're just absolutely beautiful, and you're trying to reach your fullest potential, and you're trying to work through a lot of self-healing right now, which is different for everyone, and it's never easy. Never easy. Whew, okay, so that goes over your guys' oracle cards alone for like the general overall energies that we're looking at throughout October. Now we're gonna step into your headspace. Make sure my camera is good. Okay, so your headspace for the month of October 2020. The first card that we have is the Page of Cups. So again, the Page of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups for that overall energy. This is, you know, traditionally seen as a romantic offer as well. Some of you could be dealing with a significant other. Oh my god. A significant other in the Ace of Pentacles. So that is like an opportunity or an advancement or a chance to change things and give a proposal or take things to the next level or change your environment. So some of you could be moving in with this significant other or looking to move into someone who is a water sign. Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces. It's not sign specific. Just seen as someone that you deeply care for. You could have an opportunity to spend time with them, to be around them, or take things to the next level with them. Also, we have the Death card. Could be definitely a Scorpio vibe, but maybe there was someone also. This Page of Cups and Ace of Pentacles can also be someone who takes advantage of you. There could be a situation where you were taken advantage of and you're like, nah, 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 nah. Death card. Okay, so that's it's gonna stop. You're gonna cut it off on the cord, and the King of Wands after that. So you are not gonna put up with that bullshit. You would rather be on your own with the Hermit card, and you would rather find your own way through life organically and really just kind of do things on your own because maybe you can do it better. So that's one theory. Another thing that could be going on is, for some of you who are really, really focused on that self-worth, focusing on yourself, Spirit is again bringing up more water. Stay hydrated, friends, okay? Also, focusing on your mental and physical health is really big throughout the month of October. So some of you could be trying to lift or move your body more, move around more, focusing on what you actually ingest, what you're eating and what you're drinking is what I'm getting for this. If that's not something that was like on your agenda for October of 2020, is being health conscious, Spirit is saying just be mindful of what you're putting into your body, because right now, cellularly, I feel like your body's trying to change and is trying to upgrade and prepare you for things energetically, and if you're just like filling that up like a trash can, it's gonna ruin your energy and ruin your progress, okay? Also, with the Death card, death isn't always about endings. More importantly, it's about beginnings. So for some of you who could have had like a missed opportunity with the Page of Cups and Ace of Pentacles, there could have been something that you were really invested in or like emotionally invested in and were really looking forward to, and it kind of felt like it was all you had and maybe it didn't go through. Spirit's gonna bring you a new chance, new opportunity. Might not be the same kind of situation, but it might be coming up differently in your life. And you could be a little bit upset with that. The King of Wands. I mean, who's not mad that your plans fall through? I mean, it's kind of natural. But with the King of Wands too, is someone who is very strategic, who can be in his higher vibrational energies. At a lower vibration, the King of Wands just literally stands up and fights. So just be careful with that energy. With the Hermit card after that, I feel like most of you are in this higher vibration. Holla. So you're willing to kind of take a step back, be methodical, think things over, how you want things to change over time and how you want to move through things or through these challenges that you're being faced with. Yeah, for some of you in relationship turmoil, I feel like you would rather be alone than deal with like any kind of relationship drama. For those of you who do have a boo thing, who you've been going with for a while, you could be wanting to definitely take things to the next level, or with the Death card, wanting things to change for the better. Because I see you out here, fire signs, doing your own work. You might want to see that get reciprocated, through your significant other doing their own work as well. Unfortunately, that is not how it works. Sometimes we get forced to raise our own vibration through Spirit, which I feel like is happening to you guys, or at least you're really being pushed into the right direction. And your greatest challenges, with this Page of Wands and the Pleiades, was that these people around you, they probably aren't willing or ready to meet you at your level, or they might not be ready to change the things that they need to look into. They could just be really immature. They could be wishy-washy and inconsistent, but that could definitely make you a little bit upset, because I feel like you're more of at a king level. Your person might be more at a page level, so they could be a little bit younger than you physically or spiritually. But it could be a little bit frustrating for you that you're maybe not seeing your person change and evolve with you, especially if you've been with them over time, which could really have you feeling like you're alone in your own relationship. Some of you fire signs, as much time as I feel like you are spending alone, if you're spending it with other people, you still might feel lonely, okay? All right, moving into your actual love relationships, kind of area. Girl, I need some tea. Okay. Your first card that we have is engagement. So for those of you, like I said, if you've been with someone for a while, it could be like, okay, you could take this as like a physical engagement. Oh, we're gonna get married. Like, you could be like expecting to see something like that. But that's almost like not the message that I'm getting with this card. But it does say your love life, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So that's kind of what I was saying. I feel like you guys are raising to a higher level of commitment with yourself, and you might be wanting to see that reflect into your relationships. You know, give or take, some of you might actually see that correspondence. But more importantly, you guys are doing so much inner work with the Hermit card, okay? You're really finding that inner light within you. And don't let this other person bring you down if they can't see their own inner light, or if they can't even see the one that's burning within you. Could be really hard for you to deal with. Some of you, yes, you could get an actual ring, an engagement ring. It could be something that's totally unexpected, but like a lot of you, some of you guys, you know, a lot of you or some of you, you could be really taken off by surprise with this King of Wands and the Hermit card. It could be something that you actually have been ready for deep down inside, and something that you are willing to do. Some of you might be like, oh, okay, like actually starting to think things through after you get the proposal. Like, is this who I want to spend the rest of my life with? That's completely okay. You're meant to ask yourself those kinds of questions when you get to like a big level of commitment, okay? Don't feel bad. Don't feel selfish if you're kind of like backtracking within, or like having your own self-doubts. Not necessarily self-doubts, but having your own perspective on how the future would look, okay? So for those of you who are getting actually engaged, congratulations. The engagement as well, the ascending level of commitment, like I said, some of you might be moving in with a person, and that's not always intimate either. Could be someone that you just really care about, a really close friend, a family member. You could be spending more time around them. You could be, you know, staying at their place more often, just spending more time around each other. Also, engagement. If I engage in any kind of activity, I'm just making contact, okay? So some of you who are already booed up for years, that are expecting an engagement with a ring, some of you actually might be talking to, or actually finally meeting someone that you could see as a long-term kind of relationship, because our overall energy earlier, we had ready to love again. You've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. So this engagement card, I feel like you guys could, some of you could finally be putting yourself back out into the dating field if you've been out for a little bit, or just something that you haven't been looking around for lately. So some of you could be engaging in a little bit more romantic kind of, you know, Halloween vibes, pumpkin patches and apple orchards and corn mazes. I don't know. Which is like, oh, I just needed to breathe. Okay, so the next card we have is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords talks about moving into calmer waters. So for some of you who could have had a lot of bad experiences with love and relationship, you could finally be finding peace within your current relationship, or, you know, slowly re-entering into the playing field. And some of you could be moving with the Six of Arrows again. You know, maybe you don't like where you're currently at physically, your home life. Could be going to somewhere that suits you better in your lifestyle. We also have the Queen of Pentacles, reestablishing the home life. Also, for some of you who are currently in a relationship, you know, that could be just moving through the relationship day-to-day life. Maybe in the past it's kind of been a little bit rough, or maybe it's just been kind of blah, like the same day over and over again. There is a sense of security, loyalty, and a sense of foundation within that relationship. But things are moving forward. They could be slowly as well for some of you who maybe just started seeing someone and they're just opening up slowly. They're finally starting to engage with you, or maybe you're slowly starting to open up with them. Maybe you're just now starting to feel safe to open up to other people or a significant person. We also have the Three of Pentacles, which talks about teamwork, collaboration, you know, working together. So some of you could be building a sense of home life with your significant other. If you are moving, or if you already live together, you could be just rearranging your actual physical home. Yeah, freshening things up, giving it a new look, a new sound. But also, the Two of Pentacles, more importantly, came out at the very, very end. So the Two of Pentacles, sorry, this angle is like dark, light. Okay, some of you who are putting yourself back in that dating field, okay, you're actually gonna find someone that's really worth spending your time with. Use your judgment with that. Not everyone you swipe right on is going to be a keeper, okay? You know, do your thing. But for some of you who actually, how can I say this? I feel like for some of you who are going to be dating, you know, once you feel comfortable to be like, okay, they can know where I live. They can come over to my place. Maybe we can actually, like, you know, they can get to know you a little bit more when you feel like it's finally safe to actually start, like, opening up, and that you've built a sense of, like, friendship first. I feel like a lot of you are going to start to see, yeah, you know, we really work together. We're a really good team. We're on the same page as far as our ideals, our goals, and our dreams and stuff like that. It's gonna be a slower process. It's definitely, you know, love and relationships isn't always something that we should jump into, and I feel like you guys are a little bit cautious because maybe you've had past experiences. But more importantly, I feel like that plays out into the end of October as we progress more to the right. So the beginning of October, I feel like, is where you guys are in this Six of Swords, kind of slowly moving through your emotions into something more stable and more healed. And again, the Queen of Pentacles isn't someone that completely opens up right away either, but she is a very loving, stable person, and people can pick that up organically right away from your vibe. So, I mean, but towards the beginning of the month, you are more concerned about yourself. Yes, you could still be talking and engaging with other people and flirting, but at a deeper level, at the end of the day, I feel like you guys are still more focused on your own self. Even by the end of the month, you know, some of you might find a boo thing, some of you already have one. For those of you who, you know, let's say it's still not your thing throughout October, you're independently sitting within your own power with the Queen of Pentacles, okay? You're doing just fine on your own. In the Three of Pentacles with the Two of Cups, you don't need someone to work with you to feel like established or to feel fulfilled. A lot of you could be searching for that as well, or yearning for someone, you know, as well. They could be already with someone. For those of you who wish that situations would change with a certain someone, that's definitely like a longer term solution, I feel like. Okay. We're going to move on into your career and finance sector. Got to make sure I have enough time on here. Okay. So, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What's kind of going on with your career, finance, and education? Some of you work in the healthcare system. Okay, right away, the first card. Be careful. Of course, there's still recent events going on, current world stuff going on. Some of you could actually be working in that, and it could be a little bit stressful for you. Again, that was one of your biggest blockages and challenges, is maybe if you're not happy with your actual job or the energy that you face daily in your job or that you encounter, What are you doing when you go home or when you get away to like heal yourself, to replenish yourself, and to keep your energy protected, especially with your overall energy as healing, health-driven kind of stuff. Whew. If you're in the healthcare system, man, my heart goes out to you. Be safe. The first card that we have that made me kind of go into that spiel is the Five of Pentacles. So if we do look closer into this card, there is a sick person here, and then we do have ailments. You could be dealing with someone that is very strict in your job or in your education, whether that's like a boss, a manager, supervisor, teacher, you know, whatever kind of person. My dog just came over here and tooted. He hasn't felt good the past 2 days. You are a smelly puppy today, huh? No, you can't be in the video. Get out of here. Get. Sorry, he's on my lap. He's a big dog. Okay. So, with the Five of Pentacles, for some of you who are working in healthcare, or like some of you who have someone that's just like looking over your shoulder constantly, I feel like at the beginning of the month, you could get really stressed out, okay? So just be careful of that. I feel like you guys are dealing with a lot more than just your work and education. But for some reason I heard, well, why don't you do it? If it's so easy, why don't you do it? You try to do it. Like that kind of thing. And then they might be like, oh, no, I can't, blah, 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 blah. Excuses, okay? Also, following that, we do have the Queen of Cups. So, great. This is the energy that I was hoping to see for you guys. As far as what are you doing after you have a long, stressful day at work or at school or with classes? What are you doing in your time off that's really replenishing you, that's giving back to you, that's making you feel ready for the next day, or that you have the ability to keep going and that you're doing well, okay? Make sure that you're giving yourself this kind of appraisal that, you know, as good as it feels to hear that you are doing a good job or to see the rewards of your job, ask spirit for that. Kind of put your word out into spirit to like see those kinds of outcomes or to hear that kind of reward and appraisal for your hard work. And also tell yourself you're doing a good job, okay? Make sure you're talking positive to yourself and you're giving back to yourself and being abundant to yourself. Buy yourself something. Make yourself feel good, okay? Also, for some of you too who are dealing with like, if you're feeling unsatisfied with your job and you could be looking for other options, you could be asking spirit for other options to come up to, you know, show themselves as far as what opportunities you can take next on your path of career field or education. That's kind of in the beginning of the month, I feel like, is you looking or searching for those options, asking for new options and stuff like that. Moving into the middle of the month, we also have the Three of Swords. Wow, this card talks about endurance, okay? Things are not going to be easy for you financially, career-wise, I feel like, or education-wise. You guys actually might really be struggling throughout the middle to end of the month as far as getting through the day, getting through the work week. Some of you could feel physically exhausted. Some of you guys could be experiencing migraines. I'm not a doctor, but again, make sure you're drinking water, staying out of the sun maybe in some cases. I do know the air pollution in some places are bad as well, so make sure you're just being careful, really taking care of yourself. Your endurance, just like through work and through education, the middle to end of October can really be hard to work through, okay? So make sure that you're asking for help. If you need help, ask for it. Look for a tutor. You know, just tell your boss, you know, hey, this is a lot of workload. You know, sometimes you can't really do that, but like, you know, asking your boss to lay off. But the emotional and physical stresses could definitely start to take their toll on you throughout the month of October. So just make sure you're doing your best to cope with those and to ask for help when needed. Also, we have the Two of Wands. So this is kind of starting, what are you going to lean on? You know, when things start to get really rough and you're having a hard time, keeping on, how are you going to deal with that? How are you going to ask for help? Who are you going to be able to lean on? If you're financially struggling, you know, the Five of Pentacles is kind of so-so. It's not a 10. It's kind of the 5 of middle ground. That's where the anxieties could start to come from. Like you're running at half capacity or half of your normal income. I mean, that could be kind of stressful, and you could be dealing with sickness in your family or with yourself. Maybe you can't go to work, and so are you going to, you know, ask for family to help? Again, you can always pray and talk to Spirit, but sometimes Spirit's message is to, hey, you actually have to ask for help, ask for, looking into actual ways that you can save and manage your money. So you might know what you have to do, but you might not know how to do it. Or, you know, you could be calling companies and calling other businesses and asking for kind of assistance. Sorry, my arm is super dry and itchy. Let's see. So, following up on that, so like the middle towards the end of the month, I feel like, you know, there could be a couple of weeks where you just like, it's just hell and you're really struggling, like I was saying. Towards the end of the month, I feel like with this Two of Wands, not only for when you're asking for help, I feel like you guys are really going to get it, or you might actually get that day off or that vacation or just something that you've been asking for with this Queen of Cups, something that you put your spirit and your energy to and your wishes and actually talking and manifesting, you know, maybe with Spirit. After you've been through the ringer with this Three of Swords, I feel like towards the end of the month, those prayers are going to be answered, or that help is going to be received. We actually have the King of Cups here paired for the Queen, so that tells me that things that you actually nurture to manifest and put your emotions and energy into and your spirit into, with cups being, you know, our intuitional spirit, actually are going to see outcomes. With the King of Cups, you're actually going to receive that. You're gonna be feeling saved, but for some of you, it's not going to be as physical. So balancing the the Queen and the King. So balancing your masculine and your feminine emotionally is your end game here for October. Some of you might actually reach that, and it's going to really help with the way you're moving through your job and your education. Looking at that as far as your left and your right side of your brain as well is more important. I asked for clarification on this King since he came out as a pair to the Queen. We also have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups talks about flexibility, stability within our emotional and our physical body. So this tells me that at the end of the month of October, you guys could be moving around more, like I was saying, physically, or you could just physically feel better than what you did at the beginning of the month. Maybe some of you, again, were starting off a little bit sick, and it could have tested you, could have tested your mind, your body, and your spirit. But towards the end of the month, I feel like as you've kept your head up and above water, you guys were finally able to recuperate and come out more pliable and just feeling a lot better in the way that you move through your day-to-day life. So, you know, dealing with your job, if it's hard for you to go into the work, then maybe spending your time differently before you go to work can help you with dealing with your job. Or with your education, you know, how are you spending your time outside of the classroom to help actually benefit the way that you learn and the way you retain your information? And so are you doing like healthy studying habits? Are you doing consistent practices? Are you being consistent with yourself? All right, we're going to move into the last and final section here as I am running out of time on my camera. This is going to be your spiritual development, your spirituality, what's kind of going on with that. And wow, fire signs. You guys have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas and a queen, okay? Damn. I'm gonna take a drink of my tea. Okay. Major arcanas. Hello. Major arcanas are really big standpoints. They're really big accomplishments. They're, what is the word that I'm looking for? It's like really big achievements, or like, what do you call them, where you have like a set goal and you reach it? I don't know. Our first card that we have is take action. So in your spiritual development, in your spirituality, you're meant to take action and to start engaging more with your spiritual body, with your intuition. That's kind of the end goal for you in October. Your overall energy is really stepping into the part of being in tune with this emotional body of yours. In fire signs, I feel like that's not something you are. Some of you, have more water in your chart. For those who don't, you might not be used to engaging more with this emotional side of yourself. For those of you who are more used to engaging and acknowledging that emotional side, now you're being told to actually act on it, to take it and move forward and allow it to be more a part of who you are in your day-to-day life, and integrating that into more of your relationships and situations that you move throughout the rest of your life. So, if you're healing these situations or damages and blockages that you've had for this life or lifetimes before that, you're meant to take action with healing that and taking it forward and allowing it to show up in different ways. Also, with that take action being in a relationship sense too, some of you finally are starting to put yourself back out there, I feel. Some of you are deciding to take action on the Judgment card. Again, Judgment represents Scorpio for me. It's just more of a water sign energy, of course. But the Judgment card is about resurrection. Giving someone a call, giving them another opportunity, giving them another chance, bringing things back up from the past as far as that healing goes as well. Spirit's really beside you with digging these dead bodies up that you may have had buried within your subconscious for years, issues that you may not have wanted to face. Spirit's giving you the drive, the motivation, the courage to actually move through these kinds of healing and very painful things that you've just trying to learn through. Also, for people that may have hurt you, whatnot, if you're using your best judgment and you decide to give them a second chance, okay? We have next to that Temperance card. Temperance represents Sagittarius energy. Hello, fire sign energies, right next to a Queen of Wands, definite fire energy. But taking this one card at a time here. So, for some of you who have decided to give another person a second chance, the Temperance card is kind of like a fix-it angel also. But more importantly, it does talk about balancing. As she's pouring from one cup to another between them, balancing mind and spirit, your emotions and your actions kind of coming to an equilibrium. Some of your people, again, they might not have reached this. For some of them that have, I feel like a lot of you are going to be looking at definite advancements in your relationships, whether that's marriage or starting a family. And that comes with the Queen of Wands energy. Again, earlier we did have the King of Wands, which can be a little bit of anger or resentment or second guessing your decisions or commitments. But Spirit is helping you work through that and kind of feel safe within it and take it in a more creative sense, as far as if you're not happy or if you're second guessing certain aspects of it, how are you going to change it? How are you going to work with it in a positive way that it reflects how you show up in the relationship and how they show up? So it's just kind of like a teamwork thing. So also too, if we're not talking just relationships, which I hope we're not, the Judgment card, you know, giving that resurrection as well. Some of you could be coming back to old hobbies or things that you used to do all the time, things that made you feel at peace and that helped you feel balanced in your day-to-day life. So this could be daily routines or activities that you did to get your stress out, if you used to work out, or even if you used to just walk or do something that helped you move your body to help with your mind and body connection, or your muscle memory can really help. And with the Queen of Wands is someone who's very creative, very passionate energy. So that's, more importantly, is like actual creative hobbies and stuff that help you engage the other side of your brain. And with that is the Justice card, another card representing balance. This is a very, very big thing for you guys right now between the Temperance card and the Justice card. Let's see, I thought we had another one out here that talked about this. It's a big message throughout the whole reading, as far as like getting your emotions balanced within you. Also, Justice represents Libra. Take the sign energy as it resonates. And then we also have the World card out here. So changing the way that you're moving through the world, the way that you're actually reflecting upon the world, because since you guys, your overall energy is so independent, so self-reflective, kind of, you know, working on your own, it's gonna change the way that you see the world that you created around you, the world that you've surrounded yourself in, how you viewed your surroundings for, you know, the last couple of years or months or whatnot. It's gonna change the way that you're seeing things and the way you're moving through it. With the Justice card, it's going to be more in alignment with your spiritual truth and your spiritual development. They're trying to make you see the truth in maybe a certain person. So you could be seeing someone being, like I said, there could be someone being deceptive with you or taking advantage of you with that Page of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. And you're kind of throwing your foot down with the Death card and not allowing that to continue anymore. And you would rather be on your own and work on your own because you have such great potentials out in the world, and Spirit wants you to feel like you have the ability to really manifest your own spiritual truth in this lifetime. They want you to feel that warmth, that power, and that energy. With the Queen of Wands is, I feel like the Queen of Wands, okay, she might be the better ruler than the King of Wands. So this feminine energy that you have, if you feel like you're always angry or you have really, really strong feelings in any kind of category, try to channel the feminine side of that energy. Take that message for as you will interpret it. There are a lot of feminine energies in the spiritual development. Like I said, I feel like they're just here to help you heal through these emotions or challenges that you're going through and really recognize your self-worth and your own self-power, and then help you really step into it or step back into it. For a lot of you, you could have, you know, been in the past, you guys could have been like super confident in yourself or in an idea that you had or a dream that you had. You used to, maybe when you were a kid, could have been something that you always dreamed about, that you could totally believe in. You could totally see yourself growing up and being that. And maybe somewhere along the lines you got derailed from that idea, that project or anything like that. Spirit's trying to tell you to give that a second chance and actually act on your hopes and your dreams and actually take action on your own self-worth, because they're gonna create a whole different lifestyle, a whole different world for you. And especially for those of you who are looking for that relationship commitment in that family and taking things to the next level, I think it's going to be a right fit for you. It could be something that you might question if you're ready for it or not. If you're ready to take things to the next level as far as dating or marriage or family. Again, Spirit's just saying, it's gonna help you in the way that you decide to move through the world in a weird way. But yeah, go for it. Spirit's saying take action, go for everything that you're being faced with this month. If they're really big challenges and big steps that you're taking in life, big steps, don't be afraid. I feel like through the beginning of the month, you guys are really focusing in on yourself, and the better that you know, the better and the more that you get to know yourself, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you heal, and the way that you come back from certain situations, or the way that you prioritize yourself from negative vibrations and protect yourself, is going to always protect you with these big life changes. Spirit's saying trust in that. Talk to Spirit. Ask for help and you will receive it in all aspects of your life right now. I feel like you guys have a really big potential for manifesting things. As far as writing things down, asking them, putting them out into the physical world, any kind of rituals for full new moons or anything like that, y'all, you don't even know what you have the ability to do. Alright, well, I hope this reading resonated. We're gonna do one more special thing here. I just learned how to read runes. I don't really know how to do it yet, if I'm being honest. I have to read, the definition. So we'll just pull one rune for you fire signs. What is your overall energy for the month of October 2020? What is your overall message for fire sign energies for October 2020? What is their overall message for October 2020? I need just one. Alright, what is this? We have Manaz. So sorry if I pronounce this wrong, because obviously I'm just still learning. But it's Manaz, M-A-N-N-A-Z. Obviously it's the letter M. It's the element of air, and it represents knowledge and realizing the true self. So this is Manaz. So realizing the true self definitely is hitting pretty hard for your guys' reading. The element of air is definitely a mental aspect, and again, I feel like this is more of an introverted, self-reflecting kind of process that you guys are taking, prioritizing yourself and the people that you face in your day-to-day life or task, jobs, anything that you're seeing in your typical being, the way that you typically move through your day. Is something that you're coming face to face with throughout October, and you could be having a little bit of issues with that again within something that's internalized or something that's coming from someone else that they could be internalizing. And I feel like that could be with that relationship thing of your guys's, as far as them not wanting to do the self-work. You guys are definitely working on yourself over here. Maybe they're not doing the same, and that could be causing a little bit of a vibrational issue or standoff. That could be challenges in the workplace as well. I feel like you guys are really smart naturally, and you're really good at your job naturally. But you definitely have someone that could rub you the wrong way. And again, like we talked about in business, career, finance, it's gonna be it's going to be a rough week or so. Business isn't going to be normally as easy. Yeah, alright, well, that's really all I'm getting for you guys, fire signs. If this video resonated, please let me know. Let me know what you're looking forward to in the month of October in the comments. You can give the video a like or subscribe to actually vote to see what pick a card readings I post next, or any kind of readings. And I'm also on other social media sites, and I do personalized readings. So if you're interested in any of that, give your girl a shout out, let me know, and I will be happy to help you guys. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.